Yo, what's going on, guys? Bobby here, and today we're going to be talking about what your brawler main says about you. Now, I didn't cover every single brawler in this video, so if you guys want a part 2, let me know in the comment section down below, but let's get started. Mortis. If you play Mortis, you probably think you are going to be the next Brawl Stars World Champion. But what you probably don't understand is you just carry 1 out of every 5 games, and it's totally dependent on what matchups you get. You probably have good connection to the Brawl Stars server, or else you would suck at Mortis. And if you are good at Mortis, you should play other connection-related brawlers. Next up, we have Nita. And in my 7 years of playing Brawl Stars, I found out that 50% of girls who play the game have Nita as their favorite brawler. I also have 6% of my viewers that supposedly are female, so by my Brawl Stars math, 3 out of 100 viewers that watch this video are Nita mains. You're probably very chill, very calm, some would even say very demure, and you probably just like to have a good time. Nita is typically seen as the sweetheart of Brawl Stars. Then we have Crow. Now, number 2 was Nita, and I was thinking that's the sweetest brawler in Brawl Stars. What is the most toxic brawler in Brawl Stars? It's definitely Crow. Always slowing your opponent, jumping on your opponent, and keeping them poisoned all game. Now, my boy Lex may act like a nice guy and all, but I know under all of his layers of kindness, he absolutely lets his demons out every time he plays Crow. Every time anyone goes up against the Crow, they just want to break their device, myself included. And if you play Crow, you are definitely a very, very toxic person. Then I thought to myself, what's the opposite of toxic? Coming up at number 4, we have Buzz. If you're a Buzz, you're just an alpha, chill human being. Buzz is one of the hardest brawlers to main in the game, and it takes some of the most skill out of any brawler in the game just to win a regular game with Buzz. Buzz isn't really ever a meta pick anywhere. There's usually always a better brawler on every single map, but Buzz mains are always trying to make things work by being a sick dude and just being sick at the game. I'm also sure that there's a lot of Buzz fans that used to be Spider-Man fans, because when you just Spider-Man hypercharge all around the map with Buzz, it's insanity. Next up, we have Surge, and honestly, guys, I'm starting the wave. Surge is the new Edgar. Back in the day, it felt like every single trash random was taking Edgar, but no. Now it's just Surge. Every time I get a random first pick Surge on my team, he never gets a level. 0-10 Surge feels like the new 0-10 Edgar. I always just see Surge healing sat, and every single Surge on my team makes me mad. If you're a Surge main, just like both my best friend and my brother is, you probably think you are way better at the game than you actually are. Next up, we have Buster, and if you're a Buster main, you're probably liked by literally everyone. You were the cool kid in school. Buster is the most team play, team-oriented, just help your teammate brawler that there is in Brawl Stars. You have a shield to shield your teammates. You're a tank to help clear the path, and you pull enemies closer to you so you and your teammates can get some supercharge. Buster mains literally do everything, and they also have a passive supercharge, so you're always just sitting beside your teammate. And he's just a well-rounded, cool brawler. And if you're a Buster main, you're definitely just a sick guy. Coming up next, we have Max. And if you main Max, you probably think you're the next Tensai and have the best wiggles and jukes in the game. Max mains are usually pretty self-centered because they think a basic dribble goal using the gadget is like the top esports play of all time. And although Max helps teammates and gives speed, most Max mains think that they do all the work and are just the goats of Brawl Stars. Coming in at number 8, we have Dyna, and there's 2 very different types of Dynas. First, we have the Jump Dyna. If you're a Jump Dyna main, you probably care a lot more about just having fun and jumping around than you do winning games. I've had Jump Dynas on my team that just jump around, even at the pro level. Like my old teammate Czar would literally just jump around and not even try. But if they get one cool clip out of it, they don't care that they lost. To be honest, it is really annoying, but at the same time, it's kind of cool that you don't care if you win or lose. But if you are a stun Dyna, you are a horrible human being. Odds are you probably just sit in a bush at the start of a game and wait for a brawler to walk into you, so see if you can hit a stun or not. And honestly, every time somebody does that to me, I just want to turn my phone off, because it's like, what's the point of even playing if 2 seconds into the game I'm already stunned and a Dyna has super with full positioning. Next up, we have Ruffs, and Ruffs is like the goodest boy ever. Nobody mains Ruffs. No guys, no girls. But for my one viewer that watches this video that maybe does, you are the nicest, most caring, sweetest person that probably exists in all of Brawl Stars. You are always helping your teammates, never selfish, just playing for the team and there to have a good time. Then we have Gale, and if you're a Gale main, honestly, you're probably pushing Unk status. Nobody make jokes about me. I'm only 24, that's not that old, and should put down Brawl Stars and apply for a job. Gale mains usually stay 8 or 9 tiles away where you most likely can't hit them and just chill there all game until they get a super, and that's the only time they walk up the map to come and permanently stun you. And like I've said in my more recent videos, Gale's hypercharge is the most broken hyper in the game, so then they just team wipe you with a hyper and think they're the most insane players of all time. Then we have Colette, and guys, Colette mains just love dealing damage and causing destruction. Now, there are tank counters that are definitely better than Colette and die a ton less, but nobody in Brawl Stars can do more damage in a shorter period of time than Colette. Colette mains just want to see big numbers, mass destruction, and they want to see it everywhere all the time. Colette's typically only good in Heist, but Colette mains just play it anywhere because they just want any chance at going crazy and doing like 200,000 damage. Next up, we have Bull, and if you main Bull, you probably are subbed with noties and comment on every single one of Pika's videos. You've likely played the game since the very start, maybe all the way since 2017, and we're just too stubborn to change your main from Bull to something else. Now you realize there's 85 brawlers in the game, and probably 83 of them are better to main than Bull, but you're stuck with it. Bull mains are honestly probably pretty edgy, and I just think every Bull main is exactly like Pika. What's the opposite of Bull? Squeak. If you main Squeak, you probably think you're one of the best players in the game because every time you play, you have a 6-1 kill to death ratio. But in reality, you just sit in the back of the map and don't help your team at all. Squeak mains are usually extremely self-centered and never take blame because they have such a good kill to death ratio and think they're the star of the show. But as a Squeak, if your teammates don't hold the front lines and make things perfect for you, you just can't do anything about it. Squeak mains don't realize that they are the problem most of the time because they just see their high amount of kills and think there's nothing they can do more. And what's the opposite of that? Well, the opposite of that, guys, is Piper. A Piper main has 1,000 out of 1,000 aura. Sniper mains are one thing, but most snipers have some trick to make them super easy to play. Not Piper, though. Piper used to have a curve that was really broken. She still has her curve, but it's not nearly as good anymore. And Piper mains just love to get into high skill battles and face fierce, high level competition. No, guys, I swear I'm not being biased to myself on this list. Piper just has the most aura in the game. And then you know what's the opposite of Piper? Frank. Frank mains just don't care about anything. Often, Franks act first and then think later. They just walk up and feed 1,000 supers just to get literally one of your own, and then you usually just waste it most of the time. For people who like to act first and think second, I mean, sure, Frank is a really good brawler for that type of mindset, but it's just so annoying. Have a literal portable walking supercharger just walk around the map for the other team. Next, we have Nani, and if you're a Nani main, you probably only play Brawl Stars for the sole reason of ruining other people's day. Now, I'd imagine the people who sit on the toilet for 10 minutes and that's the only time they play Brawl Stars, those are Nani mains because they just get on to like stay far away, ruin people's day, and just get off. Nani's only good in 2 modes, and in those modes, they usually counter every single brawler on the field. It's just so annoying, and I can't stand Nani. Now, I will say, though, if you play Teleport Nani instead of Return to Sender Nani, you are excused from this, and you are probably pretty alpha, and nothing here applies to you. Then we have Maisie. Guys, I hate Maisie mains. Maisie mains feel like the same as like Surge or Mortis or Edgar. If you main Maisie like seriously, it's because there's one game out of every 10 that you get a cool team wipe, but then the other 9 you're just useless and throw the game. Maisie mains, similar to Surge mains, usually do 0 to impact a game if they're useless, but because they once every like hour pop off, they think they're the greatest players in the game. Then we have Kenji. And if you somehow already main Kenji, even though he just came out, it's probably because A, you have the money to buy him, and B, because you like to play extremely broken brawlers. If you main Kenji, you just like to be stronger than everyone else, and you don't actually like real challenges, you just like winning. Which in that case, I guess with early access brawlers, then Brawl Stars is the right game for you. Then we have Sam. If you main Sam, you're either one of the most skilled players in the game, or just flat out have 0 skill. Many Sam mains are so good that they can even beat counters of the brawler just because the constant HP you can get with the star power healing is insanity, and these players are so smart and so mechanically gifted. If you're a Sam main and you don't feel like that, well, you probably just run in a straight line, feed everyone supers, and usually go 0-10. Sometimes you use your pull gadget to win yourself a game, but outside of that, you probably do nothing on Sam and should let the brawler go. And last but not least, we have Stu. Very similar to Mortis. You probably play Stu because the Brawl Stars server is in your backyard and you just have very good connection. You enjoy going right in front of people's faces and just dashing around so they can't hit you, but you would probably enjoy this a little bit too much to the fact where it's kind of evil. Stu mains are usually incredibly annoying because they don't realize if they lived anywhere else outside of where they live, they would suck at Stu, but they just think they're the greatest players of all time. And that is going to be it for my video. So if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know in the comment section below. Leave a like, and I'll definitely make a part 2. But for now, that's going to be it. I'll see you guys later.